know. We are an art institution and cultural organization, mainly helping collectors to make their collection decisions according to their taste, budget, and goals. At the same time, we are also continue to support engaging and mid-term artists and help them to continue to grow on their artistic paths by formulating their structured plans. In later events, in the last event, Vikas was talking about how to become art collectors, and the response was very good. So today we will take a little different perspective and talk about a topic that artists will particularly concerned about. So it will be about the master class of social media management. So we will focus on the core issue of what is really important for artists to do marketing, how to find a sustainable platform and audience for yourself, and is there any particular method that can be used immediately. And for this event is about conversation, so we would like you to discuss with us, and please feel free to ask any question and any idea you would like to share. We encourage you to speak and ask questions in chat area at any time. And so when you communicate with us, so please turn on the microphone and camera when we discuss in a group. And that part is not being recorded, so you can feel free to do that. And Split Talk and Connect is everyone's community, so I hope everyone can get something and inspire by each other here. And now I would like to invite our speaker Shalu today. Shalu is I will do some introduction of her. Shalu is an expertise on communication and social media manager with rich practical experience in art marketing and digital communication. Hello. And she's very good at helping artists and art institutions to establish online image and using true stories and strategies to make artists' work being seen by more people. And she will share with us the real important element in artistic marketing, as well as practical method that everyone can get started immediately. So let's welcome Shalu.
Hi, thank you, Laura, for giving me the stage. Hi, everyone. I'm Shalu. I work in communications and social media marketing, and I've been in this field for over 2 years now. And what pulled me in was the idea of helping people shape their brand voice and tell their stories. And since then, that's pretty much what I've been doing every day. Working with different brands, projects, artists, and creators to help them communicate better and reach the right audience. So I'm happy to be here with you today, and I will be sharing what I have learned and experimented with to make your marketing journey a bit easier and less intimidating. So today's session is all about helping you understand how to market your art in a way that it feels doable and aligned with your brand voice, and that too organically, so you can carry it out easily. So marketing often feels overwhelming for the artist, but the truth is it's simply about learning how to communicate your work to the people who genuinely wants to see it. So in the next 1 hour, I will walk you through the fundamental pieces of art marketing, the mistakes most artists unknowingly make, and some simple strategies which you can just start applying just as soon as this session ends. Before we start, let me quickly walk you through what we will be discussing today. So we will begin with what art marketing really is, and without any complicated terms, so we will make it easy for you. Then we will talk about how you can understand your audience better. And after that, we will look at how to tell your stories and how to create some simple content and how to use social media platforms without stressing it out. Okay, so by the end of the session, you should feel clear, confident, and ready to try new things. That's what I will be trying to do it today for you. So, yes. Laura, please change the slide. Next one. Yes, so let's begin. What is marketing? So before I move ahead, just a simple question from all of you. When you hear the word marketing, what comes to your mind? You can unmute yourself or just drop your replies in the chat section.
I think it's about the sorry.
Sorry, I could not hear you properly. If you are not comfortable in speaking, you can just type it out.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh yeah, thank you.
For me, I think marketing is about the visibility of how artists can be seen, and maybe also their story and how like the story they are trying to tell through their work. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Laura. So one thing that comes with marketing, the first thing that clicks your mind is like making your things visible for the people to see, to make the world see your work, what you do. So that is the foremost thing people want to do through their social media marketing. And but some people, while hearing this word marketing, they can just imagine some bigger terms, like they can imagine ads, sales, or some complicated tools. But art marketing is simply the act of helping the right people discover your work. And think of it as a visibility, but with a purpose. So, because artists are there to serve a purpose. So, your art already has the value, but marketing helps people to see that value. It's not about changing your style or chasing any kind of trends, but communicating why your art exists and who it exists for. And once you see marketing as a connection rather than selling, everything becomes a lot easier. And we can start with a reality check. Like most artists spend all their time creating and almost no time showing their work. That means the art often doesn't reach the right people who would genuinely appreciate it. That's why we can hear some people say that we are not getting impressions or our art is not getting viral, we are not getting views, any likes, or any kind of comments. So it simply means that their art is not reaching the right people so they can appreciate it. So in simplest term, to make it easier for the right people to find you, is basically what marketing is. And it can feel overwhelming only because no one explains it in a simple way. And today I will try to fix that for you. Yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, now the most important question, that why do artists need marketing? So everyone must have their social media profiles here. And so one question from you. What was your intention and thought when you started marketing your works? Anyone can answer. I will encourage everyone here so that the session can be more communicative and we can share our thoughts. Okay, so I got one answer, that in try to find audience. Okay, so yeah, Yeah, I agree with you that we market our work because we want to just check like what kind of people like our art. So just to make it more visible to the people. So yes, but it starts with one thing, like who you are as an artist. So Anindo, I ask you one thing, that who you are as an artist, because you want to present something art look better. Okay. Yeah, I guess everyone has their own intention behind creating any kind of work. So I agree with you all. So yes, so Tanish replied that art looks better in homes. So yeah, but to make it to someone's home, you have to market it and you want people to say it. That is why people need marketing. Okay, okay. So we want to get into the art market. Yeah. Yeah, I think like everyone gets into the social media and they have this one intention so that more people can know them and they can start getting merged into the art market and art world. Yeah, but the main thing which you must do with your social media profiles or when you enter, it is that you clearly describe your art, your medium, your themes, your thinking, so that your audience immediately feels more connected to you. Because a lot of artists struggle with this. So if you do too, don't worry, and you're not alone in this. So let's be honest here. Creating art is only one part of this journey, but making your art visible, it plays a big role. You can be a most talented artist in the room, but if people don't know your work exists, they can't connect with it or appreciate it. So, but marketing bridges this gap and it helps you build a community, attract opportunities, and turn your art into a sustainable practice. So yeah, that is one activity with you for you all. So, in order to frame your identity as an artist, I know it can't be rigid and static. Everyone has their own views, but yeah, there is this activity. It's on the screen that I create dash and that explores dash. So this one line. So if you can fill this up and share with me. Then this one line can become your bio, your caption, or your introduction to the people. So, yeah, if you can share it with us here. You can type it out or just unmute yourself. Sorry. Okay, so I got two responses. First, I will go with Tanish. Yeah, so this one line can be your bio, and people can get to know a lot about you through this one single line. That you create paintings and what you work on, and what kind of themes or art form you use. And okay, and Anindo, you create paintings which explore the societal issues through visual commentary. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was saying before, that this one single line can be your bio. You don't have to keep your bio very fancy or something poetic. So the single line can describe a lot about you to the people, to your audience, so people can instantly know about what you create and why do you create it. So yeah, that is a quite important for people to see. And yeah, it helps you to communicate the value and the meaning behind your art. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, knowing your audience. So yeah, that's what Anindo said it, that he is trying to find his audience on social media, and now we will be talking about this. So yeah, so this is the most important aspect of marketing. Who do you market your work to? And who are the spectators in the audience? And who makes your marketing successful at the end? What do you think? Who makes your marketing successful at the end? This is a question to everyone, so even Laura, you can answer.
It's more like people who like my style and how they may engage with us. Yeah, like people like, I think the data forms will push me to those people who like the particular art form. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because the motive behind your marketing and coming to social media is that you want more people to see it. So your audience is who makes your marketing successful at the end. And this is something many artists never think about, because your audience isn't everyone who likes your art or who is present on the social media. And because that's too broad, and instead think that who would truly connect with your themes. Will they be collectors, home decorators, young professionals, or people who can resonate with certain emotions? So one of the biggest mistakes artists make is assuming their art is for everyone, but the truth is something else. It's not, and if you believe it, that it's a good thing. Because finding your audience means discovering people who genuinely resonate with your style, your messages, your expression, your ideology, and your thought behind your art. Think of the last person who truly loved your work, or and ask them what connected them to it. Was it from theme, your colors, emotion, or the story you are depicting through it? Because understanding this helps you stop shouting into the void and you start speaking directly to the people who really care about your art. And once you have a general idea, your content becomes more meaningful because you are speaking to someone, not to the internet in general, and you are speaking to the right audience, people who genuinely wants to hear you. And if you are unsure who your audience might be, you can find it out easily, but we will talk about that later on. So the main thing is that you have to define that your art is for people, like what kind of people might like your art. That is what you have to find. And you have to find who connects with your theme. So if you find the right audience, then you can start pitching everything and you can start aiming towards what you want to do with your art. If it is sales, if it is viewership, or if you want a good engagement, or if you want to connect with some other fellow artists or the collectors. So it makes it easy for you once you start knowing your audience and you start narrating your story in a better way. Yeah. So we will move ahead now with next slide, please, Laura. Okay, the power of storytelling. So yeah, what do you think? Do stories have any impact on people? Okay, I should have the one.
Yes, I think it will resonate with people's experience, though we have like maybe not share the whole life, but we share kind of the similar experience. Yes.
Yes, I agree with you, Laura. Anyone else who wants to answer? Okay, so as Laura said that we share a slice of our life with the people on the internet, and we want to convey our story to the people so they can connect with us. And once they get connected to us, we can share our views and everything which we want to share with the world. And if we want to bring any kind of change, that makes it more easier for us to do that, because your story is one of your biggest strengths, and it is what differentiate your art from other artists out there, because everyone has their own individual stories. So there is no one like you, so everyone is different from each other. And the story which you will be telling to people, it doesn't have to be dramatic or glamorous. It can be very simple and honest, that why you started, what inspires you, or what challenges you have faced during this journey, or what you are trying to express through your art. And when people understand the person behind the art becomes more memorable for people. They instantly recognize it, like who is the artist behind this, and they can simply connect with you, and you will have more engagement through this. Like if you express your story and communicate your story effectively, people will start coming to you and they will initiate conversation with you. So it will make it a lot easier. So if you start connecting, if you start opening up to the people, to the audience, because they are most important for you. So you can share your inspiration. So this is an activity which you can start instantly on your social media platforms. If you haven't been doing this, you can share your inspiration, where you got the inspiration to start this art, or then share the meaning behind it, like why you started it and what it means to you, and then share the emotions behind your work. If some kind of emotion drives your art, if it is anger, if it is a kind of change you want to bring in the society, if it is some kind of sadness, anxiety, or any kind of emotion, which I mean, it's a personal thing. So anything you want to share with the people, start communicating it. It can be through post, some sort of videos, or some sort of written content. Through that, you can just start telling your story to the people. So this one activity can like make your social media more engaging, and like people can connect with you like more and more deeply. Yes. So let's move ahead. Next slide, please. Okay, so your digital presence, that is visibility. How to build your visibility? Because no matter how good your art is, people will only appreciate it if they see it. It doesn't mean you have to be present and active on every platform, but it simply means being present where your potential audience spend their most time. It can be Instagram, portfolio website, or any kind of art, online art platforms. And because people don't just connect with your finished pieces, but they connect with why you made it. As we discussed previously, they connect with the story, because why you made it, and they care about your intent, your influence, your process, and even your struggles. So they are not just looking for decoration, they are looking for meaning behind your art. And when you understand what matters to them, it can be storytelling, any cultural relevance, any technique, emotional depth. And as Anindu shared that he wants to show social issues through that. So once people understand that, that means your work, the work you want to do through your art, it's like you're halfway through it. Like if people start understanding it, and you start creating content that feels engaging rather than self-promotional, so that to build a visibility. And there are few things which you can follow to make your digital presence more impactful. It can be bio clarity, link placement. The bio should be clear, as we discussed, that it doesn't have to be very dramatic or any sort of quotations or anything. Make it clear so that people can understand that what you do, why you do it. And if you have any portfolio links or any website links where you want people to direct, just put those links into your bio, and try to use a consistent grid so that it doesn't look out of the box, and use carousels. Uh, as I have seen that carousel perform much better than the static images. So yeah, and engage with your community. That is through storytelling. It can be any sort of polls or interactive stories which you put so that people can get to know about you. Sorry. Okay, I guess I received a text that you made art for progress. I think this is fine, but like it doesn't really explain that what kind of progress. Is it a personal progress? Is it a social progress? Or what kind of progress? It sounds a bit vague to me. Sorry for being so blunt. Yeah, I mean, just put something that is not very confusing for the people to understand, because people don't spend too much time like scrolling to the end of your feed. They just see your bio or your initial post. So sometimes pinning up your important posts also helps, so that like if someone is directed to your profile, they can instantly know what you do, so they don't have to dig in for more things. So yeah, just keeping it very simple, so yeah, people can get to know a lot through that. Also, one thing is that you can collaborate with other artists to make your digital presence more wide. So, yeah, collaboration is also helpful so that you can um, reach new set of audience and new people can discover you. So these are the few things which you can carry out, and this is not going to work. Like it's not a magic, so it's not going to happen in a 1 week. It will take time, but once you start doing these small things, you start making some changes to your profile. So you will feel the changes, but it will build up slowly. So you have to be a bit of patient when you are working with some strategies or some sort of activity or some sort of engagement you are doing on your social media platforms. Okay, let's move ahead. Next slide, please. Okay, so you can see written content formula here. What do you think when you read this word content formula?
To be honest, I didn't have a really structural ideas. I need some explanations.
Okay, a process of marketing. Yes, it is a process of marketing and quite important. Anyone else who wants to reply? Or what do you think when they read this word content formula? Okay, I will begin first. So yeah, it's a form of and a process in marketing, and it's 40:20. So these are the ratios of type of content you can share on your social media platforms. So 40% of the process, 40% of the story, and 20% of the sales. So if by process, I mean you can share your behind the scenes, work in progress, or any kind of experiments which you have carried out with your art or with certain mediums. So showing that the process behind your art makes people more curious, like how do you work? They will see like how a piece comes to life or how a piece comes to canvas, like what was the whole process, how you build up the layers. And so yeah, it makes people curious, and even they can get to know like how a piece of art is made. So showing those things behind the scenes, what goes in your mind, what goes into the studio, if you have any, you have faced any challenges while making a piece. So yeah, this will make people more curious, and they will feel more connected to you because you are sharing some important insights to a world. And 40% of your story. As we discussed earlier, that storytelling has been very powerful. So if you share what inspires you, if you share your struggles, your stories, people feel instantly connected with you. Because people come to your profiles, to some artist profile, because they want to learn something, because they want to get to know something about the art world, about mediums, about any kind of art, so that they can learn from you. And if you share your stories, your mistakes, any kind of challenges you have faced, and how you have come this far in the journey, this also help the other people to navigate their own journeys, and who knows, you might help someone in their own journeys. So yeah, stories make you feel more, make people feel more connected to you, because when they connect with some artist, it can be feel distant, like they see artist as some big personality, and if they can get to know a bit about you, they will get more connected to you. So yeah, story sharing is very important, and that's why it has been given 40% in your content. Next comes the sales. These can be your shop updates. If you sell prints, if you sell original paintings, if you sell customized paintings. So yeah, this can be helpful, because people wants to see what you sell, and if you have any kind of customization, so yeah, you can share with that with the people, so people can reach. If they want some kind of art from you, if they like your art, they can buy prints from you. And you all can also help, take help from your personal circle. You can ask your friends, your family members to share your works with other people, and they can put some positive comments, and they can put some compliments for you on the social media, so that more people can reach you. So that's how you can build your content, and this really helps you in getting more impressions. So you can start slowly start building upon this content formula, and start sharing the process, your story, and even your sales. Like if you are packaging some order for some, if it is a piece of art, you can just shoot that video, because it's interesting just to see that how you pack your orders, your artworks, how you ship them. So this can be very interesting for people to see. So yeah, you can start applying and build your content on this formula, and this might really help. uh, yes, so we can move ahead now. Next slide, please, Nora. Okay, so some common mistakes. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen people posting the process videos and asking in the end to go to their profile to see the full artwork? Or they put the videos in parts, so that once you see a reel, and there is like, they don't show you the whole thing, and like they like how do I say, like they reveal it in the next part, so that, like, what do you think about that? Why do they do that? Like launching something in parts or putting some kind of thing into the parts. Anyone can answer.
Trying to get people more interesting to their like whole work and person, like portfolio page, something like that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Laura. And yeah, to keep audience engaged, and yeah, it will help people to view their profile and increase their engagement. Yeah, that's right, because that's what they are trying to build up by putting something into parts, so that you see one video and to see another part of it you have to go into their profiles and they have to scroll away down. Sometimes these videos are in the end, they have been posted in the past, so you scroll down and you, instead of watching just one video, you just scroll through all of their content and sometimes you end up following them. So that's a type of strategy that these people use, because they want people to come to their profiles. Like it's like kind of pitching them. So yeah, people can get caught into the trap so that people can come and view their profiles. And do you know why they do that? Because people buy your stories, your inspiration, and as you connect with them. But I've seen a lot of people don't follow these things. And as I said earlier, that they make the art, but they don't really put it out to the world to see. And that's why they like certain things. And these are some common mistakes which people make on their social media profiles. They post only when they feel inspired, and they don't talk about the process, not sharing the enough context, or they focus on just likes, that if they get more likes, their work is done. And also, yeah, the more thing which I have noticed is that they wait for a perfect moment to start and they keep procrastinating it. But the thing is, you have to stop being perfect and instead start being consistent, because Instagram algorithm doesn't work overnight. You have to start building it up and it will start showing the results very slowly. So you have to be consistent. You have to post regularly. It doesn't mean you have to post like every other day, like posting 2, 3 things in a day, but just make it a consistent thing. You should narrate your story to the people. That is also one important thing which I mentioned even before that. Also, choose one or two platforms that you are comfortable with, because you don't have to be present everywhere. You have to be present where your potential audience is, so that you can make the maximum out of it. You can put your whole energy on that particular platform and you can receive the result you want to see. And also, the reason why artists struggle with marketing, because they try to do everything manually. Instead, you can create small systems to divide your work, and you can do that effectively. For example, you can take one day for creating the content, another day for writing your captions, and one day for the engagement, where you will engage with your audience, with the followers you have. You can make templates, save your ideas, and batch these tasks so you can easily carry out and without being overwhelming. Um, yeah, because the algorithm, it takes time to kick in, and you have to do it organically without running any kind of ads or something. So it will take time to build up so that your profile will get maximum views and it will get more engaging for the people. So yeah, it will take more time, but you have to be consistent with few things. And also you have to put CTAs into your post, that if you want to know more, comment down. If you want to know more, DM us or email us for any kind of queries. So if there are CTAs, it makes people to see it and they can react to that kind of CTA. So yeah. Let's move ahead with how you can make engaging posts. So yeah, what do you think how you can create engaging post? Everyone has their own way of doing that. So what are your ways to make engaging things?
Maybe share some process video, like how I do my work, like my working vlog, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like sharing some behind the scenes or work in progress things where you are sharing things with people like what you are currently working on and how you are doing it. So it will make people curious, like how far you have gone with that particular work. Yeah. So the main motive behind, as Laura mentioned, that you show people what you are working on. You are showing your behind the scenes or studio scenes. So it make people more curious. Like if they see your work halfway done, they will be more interested in knowing what will be the final result. So yeah, it will build up a curiosity and people will be in a constant update with your profile. That they will be keep visiting your profile, your stories, and your feed, and they will constantly show up when you are posting anything. And the other thing is that you can engage before and after posting. For example, if you are working on some kind of project, so instead of just bringing it abruptly, you can start building things around that. And before you launch it, before you reveal it finally, you can start building up the story slowly. And so, yeah, the teasers. So people can see what things you are working on, and they can see the process, and this will build up their curiosity, and this will also help you in getting more engagement. So yeah, and it doesn't end with that you have revealed something and you just stop it. No, it doesn't work that way. So you have to be even engaging after that. So the story you have built up, you have to bring it to the climax also. So yeah, you have to weave it around the whole story. It's like building a whole strategy around that particular project or the work you're working on, so that people are constantly being like more interested, and this curiosity will ignite into them. And yeah, the other thing is that you can post artist insight. It can be the thing which you have learned, which you have experimented with. So this will be more like an educational content for the people. Because personally, I also watch videos of some DIY things or some artist process uploading their process videos or sharing their insights with certain medium or certain kind of art, so that people can learn slowly from that. So these insights, they are a form of educational content for the viewers, for your audience. So these are also very important. um, yeah, and also some simple content like your workspace. You can show your tools, some rough sketches which you have done in free time, or there can be a mood board, or um share any kind of story which is happening in your everyday life. Also, you can make your stories engaging, because that's how people scroll. They just keep tapping on the stories and they view it a lot. So yeah, sharing any kind of insights from your day, if you are sharing your routines or uh, any kind of things which you are doing in your day. So this will make people feel more connected, like, oh, what is this person doing in his or her day? So yeah, this will make people more curious. So it will make people feel like they know you, and they will become more invested into you and your story. and this will help you eventually. So you can share your process consistently, share your finished pieces with the context, with the story behind them. And by artist insights and educational content, I mean that you can share your stories behind your medium, your technique and journey, and you can rotate between these form of content so that it doesn't get monotonous and people will get to know a lot, like new things every time they open up their feeds. So your content doesn't have to be perfect, but honest in your own way. And you don't have to follow any kind of guidelines, any kind of trends, or like you don't have to be rigid in that. You can form your own identity, your own brand, and your own voice, like how you communicate with your audience. It can be a personal way. So there is not a rigid or a norms for that. So yeah, I mentioned branding. So we will move ahead with branding. Next slide, please. Yes. So what do you understand by branding? What comes to your mind when you hear this word?
Like my own artistic style, like how people will know. People look at this work, they will immediately know that it is my work.
Sorry, I forgot myself to unmute again. Yeah. So yeah, it's your personal story, your identity, and yeah, building your unique identity. So everyone mentioned identity here. So yeah, it's like forming your certain style that people recognize you instantly as they see you. So it can be your way of communicating with your audience. It doesn't, it is simply the way people remember you as an artist. It can be your logo, like, or some small consistent elements that make your presence recognizable. It can be your content palette, your tone of writing, your unique artistic vibe, or your values. As Anindo mentioned that he wants to bring any social change, or he wants to convey social issues through his art. So this can be his identity. And as Tanishq mentioned that he wants uh, the art to be in people's home. So making art visible to the people and say they making that people see the value of the art so they can bring it home and put it into their walls. So this can be your identity, that you make this kind of art and you want to make this change through art, or you want to do this certain thing. So this can be your personal identity. And but the thing is that your art is already doing most of the work, and marketing is just the amplifier that helps you build your existing identity to the more people. So when your identity is clear, your audience understands what to expect from you, and this clarity, it builds trust, and trust builds a whole community, and a whole community will support you throughout your journey. And with what your audience understands, or what they expect from you, it also means that your identity is clear to them, your brand is clear to them, that what you work on, what kind of work you do. So that means your work is halfway done, that people know what you actually do. And you doesn't have don't have to scream sell all the time. What your audience really wants is something valuable, something meaningful, relatable, or inspiring from you. Your style is your identity. The way you present yourself, your work, is your identity, and that's how people recognize you. And you can carry out it in very simple ways, like share small tips from your creative practice, or if you can share your stories behind the pieces. This can be your personal identity, your ideas. They are not replicable. They are all yours, very personal to you. So this can be your identity, which you are sharing with people. And uh, like some people also have very appealing feed. So their themes and the color tones they use in their feed. This is also a kind of um, identity, brand identity they have formed for themselves. And this is also very appealing to people because some people follow you or follow your work because they find it very appealing to their eyes and they see very good colors in your feed. This can also be a form of branding which you can do with your work, like being consistent with some sort of brand guidelines which you have formed for your personal social media account. I guess this is clear. I mean, I just think that I made it a bit confusing. If you have any doubts or question, you can just stop me in between and put it out. I will try to make it clear for you. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so understanding what works for you. How do you think you can know what works for you from your profiles? How can you navigate through that? Okay. If I say I'm inspired from artists like Jitish or the daily life, how do I show it? Um, okay, so if you have to share your inspiration, it doesn't have to be very straightforward that you are coming up with a video stating that you are inspired with this artist. You can beautifully merge it with some sort of story which you build behind your artworks. Just like if you're creating a work and if you just share a story, how you come up with this theme or how you come up with these elements in the work, then you can just mention that these everyday things which happens around you, they form your perspective, they form your works behind and how you think about them. It's your way of perception about these works or how you take these inspiration and how you use these in your works. So this can be very subtle and you don't have to be very loud about that and you don't have to put out that in very bold words. It can be seen very subtle in your post which you are sharing with people. So yeah, it's a sort of story you can just build up that these are the things. It can come in a form of carousels, in a form of reels where you are just talking about what things inspires you. And one beautiful way to share these things is building a whole story around it, sharing any kind of narrative, like how you came across these influences. I don't know who this person is, I'm sorry, but yeah, uh, how you came across this artist and how these daily life things inspire you and how they inspire your work. So this can be turn it into a narrative, and that's how like people can connect more to you. Yeah, I guess this helps in a certain way. Uh, okay, let's move ahead. Tanishk. Okay, so you're based in Uttarakhand. A visual artist paints with soft rebellion, memory, and little bit of mischief. Okay, you have put down a whole bio of yourself. Okay, this can't be a bio, it's too long. But yeah, there are certain keywords which you work on, yeah, which describes your personal style or the kinds of work you on. So you can put these words into your bio. This can help people to get to know about you a bit. And also how you build up your feed and your profile, it also shows. It doesn't have to come into words, but how you visually depicts everything, it also reveals a thing about you and how what your whole journey is about and how what kind of works you work upon. So yeah, it doesn't have to come out in form of words every time. But yeah, you can just show it and in a very subtle way through your videos, through your works. It can be into your captions and it can be in your stories or anywhere. Although we can discuss this, you can mail us, and then if you want to discuss or some particular thing, you can just email us and we can have this discussion forward from here. So yes, let's move ahead with understanding what works for you. Wait, previous slide, please, Laura. Yeah. So there is no one size fits all strategy. What works for one artist may not work for another. So let's keep it simple. You can do this like uh, check the insights in your professional dashboard. You can see the top post, which has the most engagement, which has the most reach. You can check if your followers has or non-followers has seen this post. So you can check those inside, and it can help you that this certain art or this certain post reach more people and also a new audience. So this will help you in getting to know that what kind of audience is seeing your work, and you also can see the age group people who see your work. So this professional dashboard, it shows a whole lot of things which you can go and check from time to time and see what works for you and your profile. You can also see what are the best time for your profile. What is the time at that your followers are most active, or what are the days when your post uh, they get the most impression. So these are the things which you can just check from your professional dashboard, and understanding few things like what time you should post, what are the days you should post on, and what kind of content people are liking from your profile, so that you can start tapping on those things and it will help you further. And then through this, you can observe patterns, like if some sort of carousel you shared, it is working for you. You can observe these patterns and you can start working towards these. That these are the posts which are working uh, uh, very efficiently. If it is a certain kind of inside post, or it can be a behind the scene post, so you can start making these kind of content more on your profile. And if you see your page is more and your followers are more active between 6 to 9 p.m., then you can start posting between those times so that more followers and more people can see your work. And other things can be when you share glimpses of your life, when you share your routines, your challenges, some sort of inspiration, or what inspires you. These things, when you put these things in a mix, then this will also make people feel more connected to you because they can see your personal things. And yeah, so this builds a trust that you are building, you are trusting your audience and you are sharing intimate things with them. So this trust will also help in getting more engaging audience, so they can talk to you, they can comment, they can enter your DMs, and then this can ignite new conversations for you and also for the people, so they can learn from you or you can learn something from them. And other thing that can be helpful is that collaborating with other artists, this will help you in reaching new circles and building a new community. So you have a wider range of audience. So people will like your work and they will engage with you. So once you start checking your professional dashboard and see what works for you, and just observe those patterns and start working towards them. And these small things, once you start applying them, you will see changes. But yeah, definitely it will show up slowly, and you have to be a bit patient with this whole journey. Yes, so I will be sharing very easy steps so that you can work with them instantly. Laura, next slide, please. Yes. There will be some actionable steps which you can just apply right after this session, or you can start building up them very slowly. As I mentioned previously also, that your bio plays a huge role. So keep it simple, tell people what you create, what you explore, and how they can reach you. And this doesn't have to be very poetic in a sense. And letting people how they can reach you is also very important. You have to make it easy for people to contact you. Add an email, your website, your phone number, or anything. Because people don't hunt for information, they will get tired after a point. But if you put your contact details, the chances of you getting an email or a message from them will be very easy for them, also for you, like you can instantly communicate with them. And if you have any important post or some things which you want to highlight into your profile, just pin them on the top. If it can be about your latest project, any previous project you have worked upon. So this will help people to know like what to put their focus upon. So pin the important post, and sometimes people even post the high post which has the highest engagement, highest viewership. So it will also build up a visible kind of visibility for you, that your profile is highly engaging and people will scroll down towards it. And the other thing is that when you write caption, speak it like a human. Share your moments, your thoughts, your struggle, and emotion tied to any kind of artwork. Because people don't just buy images, they buy meaning. So yeah, don't use technical jargons or any complex terms. So try to keep it simple so that if people read your caption, they can get to know what you really want to convey through these things. So yeah, keeping it very simple and accessible for people to read it. And if you're putting any CTAs, keep it very simple, direct and clear. The other important and very underrated tool is engaging with your audience, your people. You must apply to the comments which you have received, interact with other artists. There are art communities online, there are groups on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and even on Instagram. So join those art communities and engage with other artists. And once you become visible through conversation, it makes a lot easier. Like one thing you must have seen that few art very well-known pages, they comment on some random post. There can be memes, like you see Swiggy Instamart, they just randomly comment on someone's post, or any big brands. That's because that's how they build their audience and community. Because you see some comments has likes in thousands. Sometimes people just read a comment that can be very funny, that can be very humorous, and they just click on that profile and they visit your profile, whole profile. So that is this is also a kind of thing which you can do. Like you can comment on other artist posts or in some well-known groups, so that people can get to know you and they can come to your website. These are few things which you can do, which I mentioned that. And also one thing which I emphasize upon is that make it more engaging. Your social media platforms must be engaging. Anything you are posting should convey something to the people. It should not be just putting a final image of some work and then you are done and you are gone for another few weeks. You have to be consistent and you have to share your story consistently with the people. If you are not active on your feed, on your post, but at least try to be present somewhere. It can be your stories or some sort of thing that people can see you are active, people can see that you are alive, and you keep showing up into their feed. And that's how you build up a whole narrative around you. You build a whole brand identity around you. This will definitely help you. And yeah, I guess these are few insights from my side. And if you have any doubts, or if you want to share your story or any challenges or anything or your thoughts, you can please share it. And yeah, you can also share what has or hasn't worked for you so far, because you can help the other people. And then again, I forgot myself to unmute myself. Thank you, Anando. It was good interacting with you and sharing the things which I have learned so far. Okay, Tanish replying that he almost do everything from this list, but engagement gets low most of the times. Okay, so there are a lot of things. I mean, there can be a lot of reasons behind this. Like if you are following these basic things and still not getting enough engagement from your followers, then I guess like there needs to be a bit of analyzation needs to be done for your profile. Yeah, I mean, these basic things might help people to see your profile and you can reach to them. And but as I said, these are very basic and they can't replace the strategies which you make. And the strategies are very personal and these are made after a whole analyzation of your profile, your themes, what you work upon. So yeah, that's a long process. So it will take a time, but if you want to see results on your profile. So yeah, that's a long process. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I guess Laura can take the stage now.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Like just before you go, I will share a little feedback from you. So if you have any advice that you would like to share, that would be really great. Just give me a second. And you can scan our QR code to book our next free sections. And so that you know that we will continue to having this section every second Saturday of every month. So please join us. And in addition to online activities, we'll also hold holding various activity and exhibition from time to time. If you want to get the latest news, welcome to follow our official website and Instagram, and we'll be post all the information on there. So yeah, really happy to having you all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.
So we will close the meeting now.